I guess this is going to be part 2. I pushed the wrong button. Mama Billy called me and I fucked it up. Now it's going to take 12 hours to upload both parts. Anyway, check out Yeah Man Art and Ink and Art. Well, if you want to become an original partner, I'll get it right. Shout out to friend Billy's. Anyway. Man. I hate when she does that. Messed up my train of thought, which is pretty much off the fucking rails anyway. Prayers out to East Palestine. Okay? And I forgive all of you outlets that mispronounce towns in Ohio, because we still mispronounce towns in Ohio because none of them sound like they're spelled. So, anyway. Update on Herbert. As you know, if you watched my UFO special, he was hanging out down in Mardi Gras and cruising around because he had one child and then he had 8 at one time. So he's a mess. Anyway, they turned him loose. They got a manny, take care of the kids. And he was cruising around. And he decided to come up to see me, and he fucking drunk flew his craft into my shed. Yeah, he was kind of fucked up. But not to worry, since he is not of this world, he was fine. And they came and got the craft right away. I couldn't really see it. There was an instant, like, white light. And being I'm drinking out of my Les Mis cup. If you know the show, every time the bright light shines on somebody, it means they're dead. And so I see this white light, and I'm like, oh no. But then there was Herbert, all exhaled. Anyway, life flight for the UFOs, they said they'd come and get him whenever. He's actually just kind of resting, so they're just giving him a few days. Anyway, so the other morning I woke up and just found a pile of beads. No Herbert, just beads. So I'm sure he's well on his way to recovery. And I'm not so fucking sure he'll come visit with them shooting down $12 balloons with $500 million missiles. We are the laughing stock of the world, people. Jesus Christ. Anyway. So, I guess I better make this a quickie. I don't know. I gotta go to work. Well, not for several hours, but anyway. Mama Billy ruined my mojo. I hate when that happens. Anyway. I was gonna entitle this episode Lemonade. And Don Lemon, technically he is correct. Apparently. Okay. But you just don't say it like that. Plus, the way he was posed with his chest all out and his hands on his hips, you know. The guy's such a fraud. He race baits, but he's married to a white man. His little incident in the bar went away, didn't it? Wonder how much that cost him. You know, the little fondle sniff he went through with the guy in the bar. That was a white dude. So he's all fake. Okay. I don't know what his issue is. Anyway, but technically he is correct. Now, I was a fully functional female up until the age of 50 when I had to have a complete hysterectomy. So I can tell you what kind of mood swings and kind of weird shit females go through. And do you really want someone with mood swings like that being in charge? This ought to show you how many times I went to have my quote routine appointments, huh? Man, I might get a little graphic here, so if you're not a medical person, you might want to cover your ears for a second. You know, I do not know how you don't know you have a grapefruit-sized tumor on your ovary, because I had abdominal pain for a good long time, but it wasn't anything I could handle. Okay. Okay, being like that nearly killed me once, okay? Oh, pain's not bad enough to go yet. Yeah, we're that. Anyway, but I wondered after I put the puzzle pieces together why, for quite a long time, every other month would be horrible. I mean, I would have wicked PMS, violent PMS, cry, the drop of a hat, PMS, okay? And then the medical part with the physical part, I was dropping these huge clots. You know, it was horrible. And, you know, I could even get grosser if you want me to, but I won't. Anyway, but the emotional thing, okay? Do you really want someone who could possibly snap, whether it be PMS or menopause, a charge? Because you know what? If somebody pissed me off at the wrong moment, the wrong day, the wrong time of that month, I'd be going, nuke the motherfuckers. Ma'am, are you sure? I said nuke the motherfuckers. That'll teach him not to send me an invitation to the birthday party anymore. God damn it. God, his wife's such a bitch. Anyway, you see what I mean? This physically does happen. It's called hormones. Okay? Science. History. Anyway, after I had that hysterectomy and they tried to put me on estrogen, I said, fuck you and your hormones. That shit got me in trouble the first time. And I only had like one really bad hot flash. That was it. And then I was done. Okay. But after that, I didn't react so horribly. And I did. And I'm like, oh, You know, that big ass tumor will mess with your hormones and all kinds of No wonder I was a violent, horrible, emotional bitch. Anyway, still to this day, except for the length of time in rehab all totaled, that hysterectomy was the worst thing I've ever felt in my life. I felt like a gutted fish. And there was no amount. I'm like, I got the pain pump, right? And I'm like, green for go, green for go, green for go. It hurt that bad. And let me tell you, I've got a word. Sometimes when people are in the hospital and people are like, oh, I should really go see them. Okay. You know, send a message, send flowers, send something. But, like, for instance, I had a lot of people come and see me. And plus, the hospital was full. I spent 3.5 days in the recovery room, which is never quiet. Okay. Oh, anyway, I have people come and see me, which I dearly loved. I'm looking at them like, thank you for coming. Just please go away. I just want to sleep. Every moment I'm awake is a dagger in me. Sorry, Les Mis came through. Yeah, I'm a theater freak, theater geek. I just saw Les Mis for the 30th time on the 30th anniversary tour, sort of. But they changed it up some. It actually made me physically cry in public. I would get teary, maybe blurry-eyed still every time, but it's been a long time since I actually physically cried. And they did it. Oh, they added the part in the book that was in the movie that was never in the musical. And Chris told me it was Brother Billy told me it was coming. And I still cried. Anyway, I digress. Back to Lemonade and what he said about Nikki Haley. What a dumbass. Oh my God. But technically, he's kind of right. It happens. I mean, would they have to hire a chief PMS director to monitor the hormone levels on a female president? Not that they wouldn't have the smarts to do it. It's hard to explain until you do a bunch of stupid shit due to hormones. Oh, God. Anyway. See what I'm saying? I can speak on this personally. Okay? You're going to have some mood swings, and that's just part of it. Actually, you'd probably want an older woman who's already gone through menopause, right? They don't give a fuck. I mean, they're thinking about it. Don't test me, kind of thing, but they're not all emotional about it, okay? They've got wisdom behind them. Hormone levels are... So, I'm just saying, science. Science. Like, for instance, go back in time. Once upon a time. Back in the caveman days. I mean, like, who sees Ringo Starr and, was it Barbara Bach? Every time you hear the word caveman. Old reference. Sorry. Funny movie. Anyway. Ugh. Ugg and Doug. Grog. The Grogs. Ugg and Doug. Probably had a pretty good, setup in their little cave. But which one of the two probably went saber-toothed tiger hunting? I'm guessing that would be Doug. Oh, by the way, Ugg's name is actually Marcia. But Doug could only go, Ugg. Ugg. So Ugg and Doug, the Grogs. The big dude with the muscles and the protective hunting instincts is the one that went out hunting saber-toothed fucking tiger. Right? I mean, you need manly men. And why do you think they're trying to emasculate the dudes? Because they don't give a fuck. Well, it ain't on me. If you don't have a flag, family, or friends to fight for, what do you got? Absolutely nothing. So, I'm giving out lemonade today. You're a dumb son of a bitch in your presentation, but you're right, in a way. I've been in a maternity ward with a woman and comforted many first-time fathers. And I'm not talking about passing out. I'm talking about weeping because the woman has called them things, and things that came out of her mouth was like a fucking exorcist. Okay? And I just always told them, honey, how would it feel to shit a watermelon? Now get back in there. Man up. Sir. That was fun. I miss those days. Anyway. They're trying to blur the lines here. A lot. I think they've erased the fucking lines. And why? Because that will destroy a country from within. Right? Think about it. Ugg and Doug made it through. I think we can too. And it's not about misogyny. It's not any ist or phobe. It's nature. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there. So, cheers. Lemonade for you. All right. This here has been the Ramblin' Hillbilly, and I am out.